The Florida Gators are national champions for the first time since 2007. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my heart. I don't know what to do, but god damn, does it feel good to be king again.
You are Locked On Gators, your daily podcast on the Florida Gators. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Locked On Gators, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And let me do this a little bit more justice. For the first time ever, welcome to a national championship edition of Locked On Gators, because the Florida Gators have done it. I am Brandon Olsen, your host, lifelong Florida Gators fan. And my God, does it feel good to be back on top. The Florida Gators, led by the most frustrating Aussie on the planet, Alex Condon. The Florida Gators, led by a very frustrated transfer in Ruben Chinyelu. The Florida Gators, led by the best 3-and-D wing in the country, Will Richard. The Florida Gators, led by the only man to start for two Final Four teams in Elijah Martin. The Florida Gators, led by America's sixth man, Thomas Houck. The Florida Gators, led by the most selfless man on the planet, and Micah Hanlongton. The Florida Gators, led by the best bench guard on the planet, Denzel Aberdeen. The Florida Gators, led by the true best player in the country, in Walter Clayton Jr. And the Florida Gators, led by the youngest basketball coach to win a national championship since Jimmy V. Todd Golden, have won the national championship. And I'll tell you what I told you a long time ago. The best team in the country, the Florida Gators, have done it. My God, they did it. The Florida Gators are national champions once again, and it feels so damn good to be back. It really does. Duval T, I see you. I love you. I know you've had a rough go of things lately. We all love you. We're back, baby. We all love you here at Locked On Gators, and the listeners as well, the chat as well. We all love you. I mean, this is the craziest thing. Harrison, we're here, baby. The Florida Gators are national champs once again. The Florida Gators are on top of the mountain once again. The Florida Gators run this town once again. A lot of people said they couldn't do it. A lot of people said they weren't like that. A lot of people said they weren't the best team in the SEC. Well, guess what? They're not just the best team in the SEC. They're the best team in the damn country. The Florida Gators are national champions. That's it. They've done it. They've done it. Okay, Jop, I love you. Deshaun said, Brandon, we beat the best basketball teams in the country and didn't play our best game once. Not once, man, that's special. They've done it. Down 31-28 at half. At one point, down 12 points, and they came back to win 65-63. This is the best team in the country. The best team on the planet. Florida Gators, national champions once again. And look, we'll talk a little bit about the game in depth tomorrow on tomorrow's episode of Locked On Gators. We'll talk about the things that frustrated me. But you know what we're going to do now? We're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate. That's what we're going to do. Because for the first time since I was 12, the Florida Gators are national champions once again. And I love it. I love it. We're back. Also, I'm gonna pat myself on the back a little bit. I'm gonna pat myself on the back a little bit because let me pull it up for you exactly. I'm gonna pat myself on the back a little bit because let me find it. On October 31st, 2024, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I placed a bet. And that bet was the Florida Gators to win the national championship. That bet was plus 6,000. That just cashed. I just want to say that. That just cashed. We got the black label out. It's a damn good day, right? It's always a great day to be a Florida Gator, but it's a damn good day here. I see a lot of people asking for the belt. And I don't know. I got to be honest, I don't know. Because Florida did not put belt to ass in that game. They didn't. They just didn't. But I will say that Florida, first off, again, we are going to give. My wife just gave me divorce papers and I don't care. We're national champions. Hey, that's right. F that B, if you know what I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about. I don't drink, but I am smoking with y'all. Love you, Gorilla. No, I don't know. I got two of my favorites here. Q and Harrison saying no belt, and Brandon effing do it. That's hurting in the heart here. Pa is said it's 4:30 a.m. in England, but I don't care. Pa is, I'll tell you what, find me on Twitter at WNS_Brandon. Find me on Twitter. Hit me up. Just don't worry about why. Just hit me up. But man, hey, cheers. Florida Gators. I almost spilled that on my laptop. That would have sucked. Florida Gators are national champions. We're going to do it a little bit. We got the black label. So, we're going to celebrate like that. But oh my God. Was anybody else just I feel like from the moment I woke up, my heart and my stomach were just in knots. Louis Tart said calling in sick at 8 a.m. asking me if I'm doing that. Not a single damn chance I'm calling it in. The Florida Gators are national champions. You think I'm going to take a day off? Oh, no. Oh, no. The Florida Gators are national champions. We're going to celebrate. We're going to go up. I don't care about being called the Blue Blood. I don't care. Because you know what? Tonight's national championship was a game between two schools that aren't looked at as Blue Bloods. Right? Because all the Blue Bloods dropped dead along the way during March. I don't give a damn about being called a Blue Blood. Because I'll tell you what, we're here. We're national champs. We're national champions. The Florida Gators have done it. National champions. Todd Golden in year 3. National championship. That's it. We got Locked On Saints in here. Hey, I'll tell you what, if you want to come in, you can hop in. I'm just going to say that. We got Locked On Saints in here. Ross Jackson. I mean, hey, man, this is just, there's nothing like this. There is nothing. Actually, hold on. Before we even do that, Ross probably doesn't like how I do things here with the live show because I am way more engaged with the chat than other people. But we've got Locked On Saints in here, who Ross Jackson, one of my best friends in the world. He's the reason that we're doing this right now, by the way. He's not the reason that the Florida Gators are national champions. That's not him. But he is the reason that I'm at Locked On. And so I love you and thank you so much for allowing me to do this Because I don't know if y'all have seen, but the Florida Gators are national champions with a winning 65-63 after incredible adjustments at the half, right? Incredible. Florida during the first half was heaving threes, hoping they'd fall. They were not hammering the paint, even though it was there. If you're part of the insider program, which if you're not, shame on you. Shame on you. The link's in the description below. Go to joinsubtext.com/LockedOnGators. But if you're part of the insider program, then you would know I was sending messages to the chat where I was like, hey, you got to get in the paint. They're open. It's open because every time you'd run the pick and pop or pick and roll, whatever it was, you'd go and what happened? They would double Walter Clayton Jr. Paint's open. Paint's open there. So it would happen all the time. There it is. 944 Reanimation said UConn beat Florida. Tech beat Florida. Houston beat Florida. Not a single one of those mother truckers did. Not a single one. Because the Florida Gators are national freaking champions. That's it. That's it. I don't care. He could bitch all he wants. The Florida Gators are national champions. Can you say this one above me? Best comeback of the year? Is that what you wanted me to say? Is that what you wanted me to say? There it is. Best comeback of the year. Ed Spillane, how you doing, buddy? I mean, man, this is just... We got 160 of you in here at 11:30 p.m. on a Monday night. And the reason that we have that is because our Florida Gators are national champions. There's no other way to put it. Our Florida Gators are the best team in the country. And you know, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story. All right, I'm going to tell you a story. We're going to do something else first. We'll be back in a second, but I'm going to tell you guys a story about when someone said they were the best team in the country and a bunch of people said that that was ridiculous to say. This is a message from sponsor Intuit TurboTax. Taxes was waiting and wondering and worrying if you were going to get any money back, and then waiting, wondering, and worrying some more. Now, Taxes is matching with a TurboTax expert who can do your taxes as soon as today. An expert who gives your taxes their undivided attention as they work on your return while you get real-time updates on their progress so you can focus on your day. An expert who will find you every deduction possible and file every form, every investment, everything with 100% accuracy. All so you can get the most money back guaranteed. No waiting, no wondering, no worrying. Now this is Taxes. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live full service. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. And if you've ever checked your bank account and wondered where in the hell did all my money go, hopefully it went on Florida Gators money line. Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center so you can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONCollege at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONCollege for half off your first year. Thanks again for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day every day. We are available daily and free, whether it's in the podcast and on YouTube. Actually, let me redo this for a second, right? Let me redo that for a second. First off, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to not show that. We're going to get rid of that idiot. Done seeing them. Done seeing them. But let me do that again real quick, right? Welcome back to a national championship edition of Locked On Gators, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day covering your national championship Florida Gators. Best team in the country, best team on the planet. And a little story for you. We've got Amazement 717 Send a super chat. Said, damn, that was an awesome finish. Aberdeen's minutes were crucial in this game. We stuck together as usual, got it done. Witcher 2, he was big all the game. You're damn right he was. You're damn right. Will Richard carried this team in the first half. Denzel Aberdeen, he missed that first free throw just to make you sweat a little bit. I put a lot of money on Florida minus 1.5. And so he just wanted to make me sweat a little bit. I get it. It's cool. It's fine. You know, I've spoken to Denzel since he was a freshman. It's fine. It is what it is. I get what he was doing there. But a little story I can tell you is that about 3.5 weeks ago, yeah, Thomas, go get yours before we wrap up. We got like 5 more minutes here. About 3 weeks ago, I went on Bracket Breakdown, right? Which is Locked On with Fire TV, partnership, talking about March Madness every day. And I went on the first day, and I said, the Florida Gators are the best team in the country, right? Not just the best team in the SEC. The Florida Gators are the best team in the best conference because they are the best team in the country. And when I said that, there were a lot of people on air, off air, that said that's crazy. I said, no, they're not. They don't have it. You know what's funny? You know what's a big similarity between all those people? Between the national pundits that we had there? Between the local pundits that we had there? All of their teams got sent home. The difference between them and me is that all their teams got sent home. And my team, my Florida Gators, are national champions. They put belt to S on the entire country. Game in, game out. My team went out there and put the hurting on everyone. Gorilla Toes, it is great to be a Florida Gator. There we go. Love you. Locked On Big 12 said ref show. Hey, Drake, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, Drake. You ain't wrong. But you were wrong. I didn't even watch it, but I know damn well that you were picking Houston. I do. Doesn't matter. You can be wrong all you want. You also thought Big 12 was great in football. Crazy. Florida Gators are national champions. Drake knows I love him. It's fine. Florida Gators are national champions. That's it. Micah Hanlogton burned a red shirt. That's the thing. Alex Condon hurt his ankle. And Micah Hanlogton burned his red shirt in order to be able to play his last year of eligibility. Burned it in order to be able to play for a national championship. And my God, did he do it. My God, did he do it. I will say this also. I'm going to pull the curtain back for a second. I have had multiple people that work at Locked On text me to congratulate me on this. And I love that. Like, I love that I just had a Big Ten host text me and say, hey, I love it. Congratulations. You guys earned this. You did this. Just, I love it. Right. I mean, there's no culture like this. There's no culture like this. And it's fantastic. There is no culture like the Florida Gators. If you like it or not, I really don't care. But this is the greatest program. And there's a reason. Like, a lot of us are Florida Gators fans, right? Pretty much everyone here is a Florida Gator fan. That, or you're a hater, in which case I like my friends, but I love my haters. So welcome in. But the Florida Gators, best team in the country, went through one of the hardest possible schedules, went through the SEC when they were at their absolute best. Actually, screw that. Went through the best conference in history. No team has ever been no conference has ever been as dominant as the SEC was this year. Sure, they win 500 in conference play, but they went into March Madness with the most teams ever represented. They went into the Sweet 16 with the most teams ever represented. And they came out of it. Florida came out of it. Florida had to face an SEC team in the Final Four in Auburn, the number 1 overall seed. And for the second time this year, Florida beat them. This is a perfect culmination of a coach having a style that he wants to have represented by his team, a coach having a style with how he wants his team to play, building a roster to do that, and having it play out for him. And I will say this. We'll talk about the negatives tomorrow, right? We'll talk about the negatives tomorrow, but I will bring up one negative. One. Alex Condon, in the first half, played maybe the worst half of basketball I've ever seen someone play. And his second half was fantastic, right? It was. He screwed up early. He had an offensive foul there that led to his 4th turnover, but didn't have a turnover after that. He scored key buckets after that. Was better on the glass after that. Will Richard, 18 points, 8 rebounds. Will Richard led the entire game in rebounds and was 1 point behind LJ Cryer, leading the entire game in scoring. 1 point behind LJ Cryer on 8 less shots. Locked On West Virginia said the refs' whistles from first to second half were so inconsistent. Yeah, we'll talk about that for a second, right? By the way, Mountaineer Paul, I think this is my first time. I just had a player's dad text me a bunch of Gators logos. Like I want you to know that that's the kind of stuff we got going on here. But Locked On West Virginia said the refs' whistles from first half to second half were so inconsistent. And yes, absolutely. Right? Absolutely. They were. Parker Ainsworth, who was on Locked On Gators this morning, we did our crossover to preview this game. Parker, fantastic guy, right? Just a great guy. We were texting each other during the game, and both of us were just like, I just hate the ref show. I hate the ref show because both sides, stupid calls, both sides, soft calls, both sides, straight up bad calls. Both sides, they did that bull crap where they went, oh, they missed, blow the whistle. That kind of ridiculous nonsense. They did it. It was stupid. It was ridiculous. I hated it. But I'll tell you what. My team's walked away national champions. And also, I need to take a second to acknowledge how good. Oh, yeah, no, Paul, I get you. I didn't think that you were saying the refs won the game for anybody. If anybody took it as that, don't take it as that. That is not what Paul was implying. I didn't take it as that's what he was implying. I think he was just being honest that the referees from the first half were letting them play. And in the second half, they were like, oh my God, you breathe in there, someone blow a whistle. It was crazy. It was ridiculous. I just hated it. But I will say that the Florida Gators did an incredible thing with how much they improved their free throw shooting. Think about it. This is a team that for much of the season was shooting 70% from the free throw line, right? Shooting 70% from the free throw line. And had that been the case today, they would have shot 15 for 21, which meant that they would have gone 63-63. But they didn't. They shot 81% from the free throw line today. 81%. Houston shot 9 for 14, 64%. That's it. Also, the Florida Gators, by the way, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Amazement. The Florida Gators got 2 techs today. Okay? They got 1 tech the entire season. They got 2 techs today. Ryan, my heart too, man. I'm going to be honest. Like my fiance came up to me at one point during the game and she was just like, are you okay? Like it's all right. I was not doing well for much of the game, for much of the day. She's like, are you all right? Like, you need anything? You good? It was crazy. It was ridiculous. I loved it. Florida Gators are national champions, and I'm not going to do this on the Monday show, right? We're going to talk about the game, but I'm not going to do this on the Monday show. I like to keep this reserved for the post-game live shows. And so we're going to do this one more time with 267 people in here right now. We're going to do this one more time, one last time for the season as national champions, right? One more time. Actually, first let me take a drink and then we'll do it one more time. Let's revel in it for a second, right? Let's revel in it. $274 people in here now, right? Yeah, like, subscribe, do whatever the hell you want to do. Honestly, the Florida Gators won the national championship. I'm happy. I'm cool with it. I'm when I watch these things, I don't necessarily think like, oh, we get to celebrate. We get to celebrate a national championship, and I make money from it. I look at it and I'm like, hell yeah, my team is national champions. That's what we're doing. 292 people in here. Brandon Alger, Little B, I haven't seen you in a while. We're going to do this one last time this season. The Florida Gators, led by the best big man duo in the country in Alex Condon and Ruben Chinyelu. The Florida Gators, led by the best 3-and-D wing on the planet in Will Richard. The Florida Gators, led by the most brolic shooting guard to ever touch a court in Elijah Martin. The Florida Gators, led by America's sixth man, Thomas Houck. The Florida Gators, led by the most selfless man on the planet in Micah Hanlogton. The Florida Gators, led by the best bench guard in the country, Denzel Aberdeen. The Florida Gators, led by the true National Player of the Year in Walter Clayton Jr. The Florida Gators, led by the youngest coach to win a national championship since Jimmy freaking V, have won the national championship because they are the best team on the planet. And like Thomas Dickel said, the Florida Gators, led by the greatest Locked On host, Brandon Olsen, here to cover this team. Thank you all so much for tuning in during the season. Thank you all so much for tuning in to these live streams. Thank you so much for tuning in. And most importantly, thank you all so much for supporting the Florida Gators, who have just won a national championship, who have fought back from everything to win this game, to win this title, to host this trophy, to hoist this trophy, to win everything. They've done it. The Florida Gators are national champions. I am grateful for the opportunity to cover our program. This is our show. This is our podcast, your team every day with Locked On. And I promise you, I will spend as long as they let me giving this team the coverage that I think they deserve in every sport we have. Okay? This is Locked On Gators. I am Brandon Olsen. I am eternally grateful that I'm not drunk. I'm going to be, but I'm not drunk. I am Brandon Olsen. I am eternally grateful that I get the opportunity to cover our program, and I hope that I do it justice in doing so. I love you all. The Florida Gators are national champions. And hell, let's run it back. I will see you all tomorrow morning.